Alright guys, so today I'm just going to be going through and showing you how to do this really simple card trick involving this red deck. So I'm going to go through and let's go ahead and I'm going to look for, let's say, ace through 4 of hearts. So I don't really need to shuffle the deck, so I'm just going to be going through and picking out these very specific cards. And now all I got to do is find the 3. So at this point I can show you. I'm going to put the cards in order so it makes a little bit more sense. Let's put the 3 in the back here, and I'll move the 2 up so I can show you here. I have the 4 cards, ace through 4 of hearts, and all I want to do here is leave the deck off to the side. I can show you I have ace, 2, 3, and 4 of hearts, just like this. If I square up the deck, and actually let's leave the 3 and the 4 in between the ace and the 2, and if I give the deck a bit of a twist, you can see the ace of hearts should now actually flip over in the middle of the pack. And if I give the deck, the packet, another spin, you can see another card has flipped itself over, in this case the 2. I flip it over and twist it again. Now the 2 should come back. As you can see, now the 3 has flipped over, and if I flip it one more time, you should see now again the 4 has actually flipped itself over. So if I can take your 4, show you all 4 of the cards face up, just like this. I can twist the cards, and as you can see, they have now all turned to black. So what this means that if I snap my fingers, cards over here to the left have now also all turned to black. So this is a trick, guys, and if you want to learn how to do it, don't forget to stick around for the tutorial. Alright, so here's how you guys can do the trick. So to start off, what you want to do is get 2 decks of cards, and you want to make sure that you have a different color deck and box, and at least 1 card from the box, and it has to be the 4 of hearts. So get 2 decks, in whichever deck you want to use, make sure that you take the opposite color and you use that box for that color in the 4 of hearts from that deck. So in this case you have the red 4 of hearts, and you take these other cards, and this is going to be the ace through 4, and this is going to be the same color as the deck that you're using. And before the trick starts, you want to take the cards and kind of put them in the deck somewhere, and I prefer to put them somewhere near the bottom half of the deck, because when you're spreading through, you don't want to accidentally flash this red 4 of hearts that's going to be on top of the deck like this. Okay, so this is going to be the setup, basically the red 4 of hearts on the opposite color of the pack, and you take the ace through 4 and you kind of put them throughout the deck, not in any order because you don't want to make it look like you already have a setup here. So you put them in the bottom half of the deck, so when you are spreading through, you have a less chance of flashing this 4 of hearts, this duplicate 4 of hearts in the back of the deck. So at this point you have the ace through 4 kind of separated in the deck here, and you have the red one on top covering everything up. So at this point you can have the box, and it's a great idea to have the box with you during the trick because it makes a trick just look so much better. So you take the red box, you open it up, and you take the deck out carefully this way not to flash any of the black cards. And so look, so I'll take this red deck. At this point you can just go through and you can say, look, so I'm just going to look for the ace through 4 in hearts, and you take the cards and you can put them on the table. Make sure the spectator doesn't really lift them over or anything because they obviously are a different color. So you leave them on the table, and at this point you can scrap the packet, and then you can flip it back over. Okay, so it's still red and the spectator is looking at the red box. Everything checks out, it looks good from their view. So you pick up the 4 cards, and what you want to do is you want to put them in ace through 4 order like this, and you can go ahead and you can flash these cards to the spectator a little bit to take off the view from this deck, because what you want to do is get a pinky break above that top card. Just push over the card, pull it back, get a pinky break, and so look, so I'll take the deck, and then you just put all the 4 cards on top of the break, square it up, and now you're stealing all the cards from that break. So you're stealing that 1 card, and you're going to be doing a wrist kill by moving your left hand away from the 4 cards. This way you're not going to be revealing the black card. So you take it away, you say, look, I'll put the deck on the table, and at this point you can just count off the cards. I'm in Biddle Grip, by the way. This should be your setup at this point, and one by one you see, look at the ace, 2, 3, and in the last hand you have a double, and like you say 4. So at this point what you want to do is take the 3 and the 4 and which is basically this double here as well. So you take the 3 and the 4, you move it in between the ace and the 2, square it up and say, look, at this point the setup is already here, and then you can just twist the deck and say, look, you'll be just fanning off the cards one at a time until you get to this last double here. And so the first card to flip over is actually the ace of hearts. You square it up and you repeat this process until you've gotten through all the 4 cards, and we'll do it again. And at this point, the only thing that's going to change is when you get to the 4. So now you say, look, okay, so the next card to be flipped over is the 4. As you can see, every card is here except for the 4, and the 4 is actually flipped over. So what you do is you take the double here on the end, you take it and you can use it to flip over the 4 and reveal that the 4 was actually flipped over. And then you drop the double on top, and then what you do is an Ascanio spread to show all these cards without revealing the duplicate 4. So I'll leave a link on the screen. I'm not going to get into too much detail with that. So at this point, you take the cards, you do the Ascanio spread, and you show them the faces of the cards, and you square everything back up. And then what you want to do at this point is you can snap your fingers and say, look, all the cards, the backs have now changed to a different color. And then again, you do the Ascanio spread, you show them the backs of the cards, and at this point you can square everything back up, kind of plop it down on the table. You want to make sure you're not going to reveal that red back though, because that would kind of ruin the trick. So you leave the cards off here, and then the best part is when you flip over this deck and you can reveal to them that all the cards in this deck have now actually turned black as well. So this is a trick, guys. I hope you guys like it, and as always, thanks for watching.